Married at First Sight was on last night, and I'm telling you guys, Christina is crazy. For those of you guys that saw my last video yesterday, you probably know my neighbors are doing construction, and I was joking that I'm mad at them, even though I kind of am, just joking, kind of. But anyway, the show goes on, and I am going to still do this video. So if you hear the hammering in the background, I am sorry, but let's just talk about what went down on last night's episode of Married at First Sight. And we need to first talk about how out of her mind, unbelievably crazy Christina is. Two things happened with Christina. Number one, we obviously got to see her with her husband Henry, and a lot of stuff went down with the two of them that I will get into in a couple of seconds. But first, we have to also talk about Christina and Olivia. And you're probably wondering, why are they together? And that is because Christina is out of her mind. Now, a situation happened with Brett during the episode where basically all the couples were rating their marriages. The men were here, the women were over here. They were doing a separate kind of rating scale, and everyone answered besides Brett. Brett said he doesn't want to rate anyone, he doesn't think it's nice, doesn't think it's fair. And then later on in the episode, Christina also asked him separately, what do you rate your marriage? And once again, Brett said, no, I'm not going to rate it. And then for some reason, that really, struck a nerve with Christina. But later on, she pulled Olivia to the side and said, I need to have a chat with you, like she was in freaking 5th grade, and told Olivia that she is seeing some really big red flags with Brett. So first off, can I just say, number one, Christina has hung out with Brett for about a total of 4.5 minutes. She doesn't even know the guy. Now, of course, you guys know, I'm not Brett's biggest fan. I kind of can't stand the guy, but still, you don't even know him. You barely even hung out with the guy. But for some reason, she still felt the need to tell Olivia that she's seeing some red flags. And Olivia, the mature adult that she is, she just told Christina, well, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna give Brett the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to kind of see what he's really all about, and then I will judge him. And Olivia was still even like, what is this girl talking about? And I'm sitting here watching this thinking, what is wrong with Christina? She has no business. I don't care what anyone says, and please, please, please put in the comments below if you agree or disagree with me, but I feel like, Christina, you are totally out of line. You have no reasoning whatsoever to talk to Olivia about her relationship with a man that you don't even know. And not only do you not know Brett, you barely even know Olivia. Obviously, Christina is just trying to get her way inside some drama, and I am not liking it. I think Christina loves drama. She thrives on drama, and I do not like it. And now that we are still talking about Christina, let's talk about her actual relationship, or should I say relationship, because there's not much going on there. Christina and Henry are still dull, boring, and just kind of there. But the funny thing was, on last night's episode, we were starting to see a side of Henry that is starting to explain why their relationship is so boring. And I will explain it to you guys in one quick short word. Basically, Henry doesn't like her. Now, obviously, I don't know why I said one word, because that was not one word. But Henry, we can start to see, he is not emotionally attracted to her. He doesn't like her personality. He called her out behind the scenes for complaining all the time and how she's kind of high maintenance. And then he was kind of going to say it to her face, but he never really totally did. And I'm starting to kind of think that he might not even be attracted to her physically either. Now, no, he has not come out and said, I'm not physically attracted to her. He has called her out for her personality, being high maintenance and just kind of high strung. He hasn't called her out for her looks, but I have a feeling I don't think he is very into her. And the poor guy is also extremely shy and nervous and awkward, so he has the two things going for him. But on last night's episode, we really saw Henry kind of start to come out of his shell, and he's starting to kind of be more social a little bit. He's getting better, but you can still even kind of see he has his complaints and concerns about Christina. He doesn't like her. So he doesn't like her. I don't know what on earth Christina is thinking of Henry. I do know that she rated their marriage a 5 out of 10, so obviously must not be very good. I don't know if she is physically attracted to him. Maybe. I think she definitely does not like his personality, but his looks, maybe she likes it, maybe she doesn't. I think Christina has herself on a pedestal. She thinks she is amazing. She thinks she is gorgeous and funny and well-traveled and smart and successful. And I'm kind of standing here thinking, I don't see it, but hey, maybe someone else does. Maybe Henry does. So put in the comments below what you guys think of Henry and especially Christina. I'm not her biggest fan, but maybe you are. are. And because we also were talking about Olivia, let's go over to Olivia and Brett, and oh my God, they are starting to have their fair share of issues. I've been saying this since day one. Brett is a people pleaser. The guy is odd. He is a yes man. He says everything that everyone just wants to hear, and finally on last night's episode, he kind of broke character. Because like I said at the beginning of the video, they were rating their marriages, and Brett, he put his feet down. He said, no, I'm not going to rate that. That is wrong. That isn't cool. I'm not going to rate my marriage. So he annoyed the men. I don't think he really annoyed Bennett and Woody much, but he definitely annoyed Miles, because Miles was the one that asked him, and there was a little bit of confrontation going on. Then later on, it got brought up again, like I said, with Christina, and that is when he kind of started to just melt down. He was getting really quiet. He wasn't talking, and even Olivia was like, is there something wrong? Like, what did I do? Can we just talk through this issue? And Brett said, nope, nothing's going on, no problems here, and he shut up and he wouldn't talk, and finally Olivia was just like, okay, I'm trying to talk and communicate, and you're not giving me anything. He was pretty much being a spoiled brat, but thank God for him, at least, he manned up the next morning and he did apologize for just being flat out rude. But we got to see a side of Brett that we have not seen, and I think we honestly got to see just the real Brett. We have been seeing the TV version of Brett where he is always a yes man, he's always happy, he's always saying the right thing, but last night for a second we got to see the real Brett, and that is he does have emotions, he does actually have thoughts, and I think he kind of acts like a spoiled baby. Not the biggest fan of Brett. The funny thing with Brett and Olivia is it sounds like Olivia makes 2 to 3 times more money than Brett, which great for her. I was happy to hear that because Brett, he's all macho and cocky and he acts like he's some big shot, but well, I don't like to base people off of their salary and money, but it is kind of funny because Brett acts like he's some big shot guy, but I mean, come on, your wife makes 2 to 3 times more money than you, so great, I'm happy for Olivia, I love her dearly, I think she is the sweetest, and Brett, still not a big fan. And the last thing I want to say about them is they were talking about their schedules, and I just don't think that they're going to have any time for each other. Olivia works a full job plus, and she has friends and a social life. I don't see how they're going to be able to blend the two, so not only do they not have much in common, and do I think Brett is kind of just out there and not my favorite guy, I don't think they're going to have much time to even spend with each other. But let's forget them, and let's go over to a happier couple and talk about Woody and Amani, and oh my God, you guys know, if you don't already know, I am single, and I am also a hopeful romantic. I'm trying to find love, and when I watch Woody and Amani, my heart melts. It makes me happy. They are so sweet. I want what they have. I mean, I never would have thought it. I thought Woody, his eyes were going to be wandering, if you know what I mean. I thought he wasn't really going to focus on Amani, and that maybe he wasn't going to be faithful. It was just an assumption. That's what I kind of thought, because he is a flirt, and he's really outgoing, and he's a good-looking guy, so that is what I was kind of expecting. But boy, I was wrong. They are the perfect couple. They are the cutest couple. And on last night's episode, they sealed the deal with their marriage in the bedroom. That's all I'm going to say, but it sounded like it was great. It was romantic. They both had a good time, and they're just the best couple ever, besides Amelia and Bennett. But Woody and Amani, I love these two. I hope Woody is being legit and real. I know Amani is. I trust Amani. And Woody, I love him to death. I love him to pieces. But if he is lying for the show, which is always possible, I don't want to say yes or no, but there's a possibility that he could be lying and fibbing just for the cameras, just for the show. If that is the case, I'm gonna be really mad. But if he's telling the truth, which I hope he is, they're an amazing couple. They're walking around, they're hugging, they're dancing, they're joking, they're smiling. I mean, it couldn't be going much better, which is good and also kind of concerning. And they both kind of brought up the concerns that, geez, it's going so well. What if stuff doesn't start going well? What happens? But I think that they are off to a great start. And like I said earlier, if Woody is being legit and real, they're gonna be amazing. I don't want to end this video off on a negative note, so let's just get Miles and Karen out of the way. Not a fan. I don't like her. Miles reminds me of like a mixture of Santa Claus and a teddy bear and like LeBron James. He is like sweet and kind like Santa Claus, but he's also like a teddy bear where he's just kind of, I don't even know, he's nice and he's cool and I like him, but he's also like LeBron James because he is confident and funny and he kind of has some swag. So he has everything going. He has the pyramid that every woman should want in a man, but we have Karen, who just doesn't seem to give much of a crap about Miles. She is standing there, yeah, she's not showing much emotion. She's kind of just going along with the show. We do have to remember they're only 6 days in, but she just still does not seem very committed. And the part that broke me to pieces last night was Miles did come out and say that he has been suffering with depression for a very long time, and that broke my heart. I mean, because it's a serious thing that he is going through, and I feel like every man or woman wants a spouse that is going to say, wow, I'm sorry, I'm here for you. You know, I mean, just really be there for them, and I just didn't get that vibe from Karen. Karen was kind of like, you know, what should I look out for, blah, 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 but she kind of, you know, responded to it more like, oh my God, this is a huge burden. I wanted a manly man, I wanted a tough man, and here I am, now I got this man with emotional problems, and it's like, I want someone that's manly and tough. But I mean, come on, everyone has their thing. Everyone has stuff that they go through, and that is the point of being married. You have to accept them for better or worse. And I don't think Karen accepts Miles for his, you know, not as great stuff, like the stuff he is going through. So I did not like her response to that when he came out and said that. I thought she could be a lot more supportive. I thought she was just being flat out rude. And I don't like the girl. I think she is honestly really rude. Now, I get it. She could be just kind of slow to the show. Maybe she's still kind of getting cold feet. She's trying to get more comfortable. I get that. I kind of understand. But something just doesn't feel right down here in my gut about Karen. Miles, love him to pieces. I think he is the nicest, funniest, sweetest, just a great guy. But Karen, I think she is just not giving him the benefit of the doubt, and she's kind of being rude. But I am curious what you guys think of Karen and Miles, so put in the comments below. I don't know what happens with them, don't know any spoilers on them, so I have no idea. And now, yay, let's end on a happy note with Amelia and Bennett. They are right there with Woody and Amani. They are amazing and adorable and cute and sweet and quirky and weird, and they're just an amazing couple. On last night's episode, the one thing I will say that they're kind of struggling with, I feel like, might be the romantic side of their relationship. They're doing amazing as friends. They're really strong, you know, but I feel like Bennett, he doesn't really know where he stands with her romantically, I guess. And I feel like Amelia is so into Bennett with emotionally and physically. I think she really likes him, but I feel like Bennett might be a little bit slower to the game on really making a move. Maybe, I could be wrong, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I feel like they're not very touchy-feely, but you know, of course, it's only been 6 days. They're still trying to get to know each other, so maybe it's not a huge deal. But Amelia and Bennett, they are doing amazing, I feel like. And I don't know any spoilers besides the fact that I wouldn't be shocked, not a spoiler, but I wouldn't be shocked if Olivia and Brett and Henry and Christina don't make it. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know yes or no, and I don't want to know a spoiler. So if you do know a spoiler, don't even bother, don't even tell me. I really don't want to know. I am kind of curious to see how these relationships play out. But Amelia and Bennett, I wish them nothing but the best. They are the cutest. I hope to God that they can kind of move past that friend zone a little bit and become a little bit closer of like a actual married couple. I think they are going to. It's only been 6 days, so fingers crossed. So guys, Married at First Sight, I am at a loss of words with what happened with Christina last night. The same with Christina, where she pulled over Olivia to the side and had to talk about how she's seeing red flags with Brett. That is like textbook 5th grade middle school drama. We all remember in middle school and high school that there was always that one girl or guy that just loved the drama, and they ran around telling everyone that I hate drama and drama just follows me. Okay, that person this season is Christina. She loves the drama. She makes the drama. She thrives off drama. And I find that so funny that they matched her with Henry, because I honestly feel like Henry is the last guy for drama. He probably legitimately hates drama. So it's not a good match. It's a horrible match. And Christina, I thought for a minute she might be a better match with Brett, but I don't think so, because they're both like egomaniacs. They wouldn't be a good match. Christina, she thinks she's like Kim Kardashian. Brett, he thinks he's like freaking LeBron James or The Rock. He thinks he's some big superstar, amazing big shot, and both of them, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, are just pretty average people. But y'all already know that is just my take. So Married at First Sight, please, you guys, put in the comments below. This is one show that I could talk about all day long. So put in the comments below what you guys think and thought of last night's episode. Keep me in touch. Let me know what you think. And also make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for many more videos.